Hello, we are talking about the accounts you need to set up to pay yourself if you're the owner of an S Corp or a C Corp. So, as an S Corp or a C Corp owner, you are called a shareholder, but you're also considered an employee of the business. So, you're separate from the business in that way, and you will treat yourself as an employee and run payroll to pay yourself. So, it's different if you're an LLC, a sole proprietor, or a partnership where you just take a draw to pay yourself. With an S Corp or a C Corp, you pay yourself through payroll. So we need to have a couple accounts set up in order to record your payroll transactions. So let's go through and set up the first one. So we're in the chart of accounts as a review under accounting and then chart of accounts. And the first account we want to set up is an expense account. And this is to house the salary portion of the expense. So we can go down here to payroll expenses. And then we can just call this salaries and wages. And this is the salary or wage that is paid to you as the employee. So that's the first account that we want to set up. And the second account, also an expense account, is the employer portion of the payroll tax. So we can do payroll expenses again and payroll taxes. So when you set up a payroll systems, maybe you're going to use QuickBooks or Gusto or some other payroll processing app, they can typically sync up with QuickBooks and they will push data into QuickBooks for you and it will get categorized properly into those accounts. So you'll have to go through a mapping process to connect those accounts. We will have a course for that specifically for Gusto. But basically you'll map the accounts and then that software will push payroll data into your QuickBooks and it will go into these accounts. So the most important thing is that you've created these two accounts. And I just like to do one more step just to neaten things up. So I will create just a parent account for payroll expenses, just so I have it all in one place. And then I'm going to make those two accounts that I just created, I'm going to put those as sub-accounts under that payroll expense account. So just clicking sub-account, and then I can search for my payroll expenses and save. So that's one. Let's find the other one, payroll taxes. There's payroll expenses. So now I will see those two accounts. Under payroll expenses, we've got the employer portion of payroll tax and the salaries and wages. That's the way we want to see it using accounting principles. We want to see salaries and wages separate and employer payroll taxes here. So again, when you sync up a payroll app and you map the settings properly, it will feed into these accounts for you. You can always get the help of an accountant, but it's really easy once it's set up properly. So these are the accounts that you need to pay yourself for if you're the owner of an S Corp or C Corp.